today is yet another beautiful day the Lord has given unto you and I. Me just adom ni ahwe into Nyankopɔ adom yin na ye ho ye. Me din Eddie Francis Atru aka Possible me mo akwa abasronko eba Possible TVGH. Ewa channel we so de di kan edit e fa manyon nsem a etwagu o man Ghana mu e na abreni na edom score ekohwi na bi ababeso. Ebusua me no kasa de baako bi adrop na e trendy pa information by highway so. You know how we do it. Nsa edan say me pese me say wadaje no. Yenko tie nsem e.
Now, let me come to the points that have been raised in my brother's op-ed, which I've read, and let me commend him for writing. I do write a lot myself, so I think that it's always good to pen down your thoughts, even though I have a lot of issues with portions of his piece. If you take his penultimate paragraph, where you make reference to the upcoming district assembly elections, that itself should let all of us as Ghanaians reflect on the concerns that the opposition is raising. And in my question to the Electoral Commission in the House, you recall that I made this point. We have the benefit of learning from what happened with the SIM card registration deadlines. See how it was such a disaster. The Communications Minister had to renege on her own timelines. And she kept... Yes, more than 4 times. Kept extending. The last one was September 30th, 2022, and that was the last time we heard from her. She bent her fingers, and she's abandoned this whole deadline for SIM card registration. But you see, for SIM card registration, you can have the luxury of extension upon extension upon extension. But for elections, which are constitutional issues, the Electoral Commission doesn't have that luxury.
7th October.
Which makes matters even worse. So you have district assembly elections coming up, as you yourself indicate, this year. Then you have the national, parliamentary and presidential elections coming up next year, December 7th. They are fixed dates. Yeah. You can't alter. You can't extend deadlines. You can't have the comfort or the luxury that Madam Osla Owusu had. Jean Mensa will not have that. And that is why I reminded her when she came to Parliament that, look, you came to us in July last year that let's pass this your new obnoxious CI. Imagine if we had come along 8 months down the lane. Here we are. NIA is not ready. And in her own, if you read page 7 of her...
540,000 cards.
Page 7 of her own statement, the first paragraph. It says, Mr. Speaker, with the NIA assurance that it will commence its card issuance in a matter of weeks, we encourage those who do not have the card to begin the process of acquiring the card to enable them register as voters. The NIA has its registration centers across the district and the regional capitals. Therefore, accessing their facilities will not be a challenge. Same thing she was telling us in July last year. She has received assurances. You are still coming now, 8 months down the lane, to talk about assurances.
So if
you see,
should make this payment and they get the cards, are you going to be comfortable?
Where is the finance minister going to get the money from? You and I are in Parliament. You know that the sums we are talking about, the quantum,
huge,
very huge. $117 million is what is owed the identity management system, the company or the vendor partnering with NIA to deliver these cards. If you do the conversion, the $117 million works out to some 1.5 billion cedis. I mean, it's massive. Massive.
But
so far,
you'll be much
so far, we would be confident. You see, so far, the finance minister has been able to release only 100 million Ghana cedis out of 1.5 billion. It's left with 1.4 billion. And you are giving us mere assurances. And as I told the finance minister in parliament, I mean, you are not one who, per the records of the house, your assurances should be taken to the bank. You told us you won't go to IMF. Where are we now? You told us public funds won't be used for National Cathedral. What is happening now? You told us that bondholders, individual bondholders who didn't sign up to the debt restructure upon maturity, they will get their coupons. What is happening now?
So this is a matter of priority.
This is a finance minister who we cannot take his word.
But if the payments are made, you'll be comfortable.
His track record, his credibility is suspect. It's in tatters. And we know that. So, I mean, how do you expect me to return to Northton when I hold my town halls and the people ask me, so this law you people have gone to pass, why did you pass it? When I went to the district office to get the NIA data, and that is one issue too that we have serious concerns about. The analysis I have done, qualified voters in Northton, only 16.3% have cards. When you raise these matters,
but
the NIA executive secretary, Professor Atefa, will tell you that, don't rely on the district data. Come to us at the national. He's saying same for Adaklu. He's saying same for North Dai.
No,
but you see, how can I trust an institution? How can I trust an institution that has multiple data sets, different data sets? It should be one and the same. When I go to the district, and MPs will deal with what is happening on the ground in our district offices. It is problematic.
Doc cannot have.
Doc, but you know the former Doc. When you were speaking, I didn't interject, so you can make your point. So it's problematic that at the district level we have this very frightening data. All MPs who have gone to check tell you that, look, what we are being told is far lower, substantially, than what the picture being painted at the global level, at the national level. That is why in my question to the NIA, I asked for the breakdown. Do you know that up to now, I don't know if it will come this morning, we haven't received the breakdown, the so-called 17 million people who have been registered. What is the breakdown, district by district? You say you have 276 district offices across the country. Give us the breakdown. 8 months ago, we asked. We didn't get it. 3 days ago, we renewed the request. We hope we get it probably today or next week. We need it. Then you see, let me come to the principle of clean elections.
I hope you wrap up on that.
First of all, with all the campaigns I have been engaged in recent years, I cannot be one who, anybody by any stretch of imagination, no matter how wild, will say that I don't believe in a clean society where we have a credible national identity system. I don't believe. I don't believe anybody will raise a finger at me. So I agree with you on that principle. We need it. I mean, and I thought that when I was on the last crusade, we will have aligned and received the support that is needed. Today, all the things that I was raising a few weeks ago, why should some people have double names, double date of death, double things? You see where we've come to. You see how God works. See what happens in nature.
So now, should be in support of
now suddenly they say, it's so important. We can't have a society where people should have double date of birth. They will double things, double mothers. Suddenly, I didn't get that support. I was called names. Some said I'm a demon and all of that. Suddenly, in a few weeks, my colleagues see how important that campaign is.
You're rather a prophet.
Maybe.
And now that we're coming to support you don't want. And now that we are coming to support
and as Christ said, the prophet has no honor in his hometown.
No, but we are coming to support
even in my own parliament
on this agenda.
You didn't support. Now I'm glad that you have had your Damascus moment, and now we can work together.
So from Saul to Paul, Paul to Saul.
Yeah. So now we can expose some people. But you see, You see, let us not hide behind. Because when you go through the Electoral Commissioner's statement, you see a lot of intellectual dishonesty. And Doc was pointing to that. Look at page 2. Mr. Speaker, the CI before Parliament seeks to promote the continuous registration of voters and advocates for an all-year-round registration of eligible voters at the district offices of the EC. It's a clear departure from the previous system where voter registration was done for a limited period.
That's what I went looking for.
Yes. Then
it's an in-house.
You don't.
No, but this was a statement.
Let's
on
not,
the basis of what she had done.
yeah, let's not be dishonest.
That the
This is clearly an
registration-
afterthought.
You see?
It's clearly an afterthought when the issue had been raised.
Yes, yes.
When the issue
Exactly.
of this not
Yes.
included in this is
Exactly.
clearly an afterthought.
Yes, let's not be dishonest. Then she repeats it at page 3. I must add that for the first time in our history, the commission is mainstreaming continuous registration.
How?
How? Who are you deceiving? I have here all the CIs. And as Doc
No, I
said,
mean, the point has been
as
made.
Doc said, regulation 9 is the same.
So
It's
the
the
draft,
same.
the draft will incorporate it.
I mean, so what's all this deception? Why do we
But
have
you'd
to
like continuous
engage in
registration.
this intellectual dishonesty?
You'd like continuous.
91 gave
Continuous
us that
registration has
opportunity.
always been there.
It is
It's always
operationalization.
existed.
Yeah.
Always.
Funded.
What is
Funded.
it? What is in
Yeah.
91 and what is in this current one? It's the same thing. In
Exactly.
consultation with the
It'll be clearly
political
spelled out.
parties, come up with the modalities.
Exactly.
It'll be
That's what
clearly.
it matters.
Exactly.
It'll
Then
be
Doc,
much more clearly
Doc, let me
defined.
conclude on the illogicality.
Hey,
So
another big word.
illogicality, inconsistency, lack of common sense. And you see, sometimes if you don't control yourself, hardly if you don't control yourself.
Remember your
Yes.
your Sunday
Yeah,
school.
I have to dig deep.
Or take deep
I
breath.
have to dig deep.
Okay,
You know?
fortunately, there's a doctor by you.
Yeah.
You take
Okay,
deep breath. And then you calm
Okay,
down.
okay. All right. Thank
So
you.
I'm listening.
Thank you, Doc. How is it that in this country, to get a Ghana card, you can acquire the card through a guarantor, through having a passport? Then suddenly,
Birth certificate.
the Electoral Commissioner is telling us that no other thing is credible, particularly the guarantor system has been abused. So we don't want guarantor system. So we'll use the national ID card. Because if you read CI 91 and CI 126, Regulation 1, Regulation 32, it allows for the guarantor system. Suddenly, the Electoral Commissioner is telling us in Parliament that, particularly for the guarantor system, hers is inferior to the NIA one. And what is that? That they swear before a commissioner of oath.
Which is a fact.
I mean, please. The sanctions regime, everything is the same.
So
And in any case, if that is your only concern, then just change
But
yours.
you'll
Yes.
be doing duplication.
Then
why
just change
duplication?
yours.
You know,
mean,
so it,
I mean,
in
so-
fact,
so you see,
in fact, I'm for
no
a
logic.
one-stop shop.
No
You understand?
logic.
But
No
no
logic.
country in this world, you
No
are widely
logic.
traveled. No country in this world has only one ID.
Yes.
No, I'm saying that.
No
I'm
logic.
for a
No
one-stop
country in this
shop.
world has only one ID.
You understand?
Your NIA will not enable you to drive.
No.
It will not enable. It will not
But-
be a substitute
but
for a
soon.
passport.
Soon, it will enable us to have very good driver's license. Because soon,
But there will still be a driver's license.
soon it will also become a requirement.
That's.
Soon. I mean that.
But there will still be a driver's license.
Oh, we always will.
Yes. So what
I
I'm
mean,
saying.
so the lack of logic. It's shocking. It's shocking.
But we're getting somewhere.
Doc, finally, 30 seconds. 30 seconds. Look, Ghana is not rich. I don't know the name of that place. Me, I'm not an Accra MP, so where the Electoral Commission.
But some of
offices.
you walked there sometimes.
Yeah,
You know,
rich.
Yes, rich. Yes.
Opposite Range Hospital, which was
If
very
you-
well done by Mahama. Right?
If you come to Northton, where I am MP,
Yes. Very
the
nice
N-
area though.
The NI has only one office near your favorite hospital, the Bator Catholic Hospital. Only one office. If you live in Ayiwata, from Bator to Ayiwata, you must cross the river. When you get to a point, you can only use a motorbike
Is Bato on the Dwapon side? Or
No, Bato is, yes.
The Pram side?
Yes, the Pram side. That's where the NI office is. So all
so
of those,
if you are
in Dwapon, you are in Fojokutoko, you have to cross the river and come
let's make a case for more.
Can you believe that?
Stations.
And then if you live in Ayiwata, which is like 40 miles away, I mean,
we can do a limitation, maybe 20 kilometers. You know, this is
yeah,
what.
but if you are
do.
commissioned,
This is what we can do.
if your commission and your mandate is to ensure the
Article
enjoyment
42.
of rights, constitutional rights,
That's
of
what I'm
people,
saying. That we
Yes.
can
you don't
add
even
this.
attempt to act in ways that create
we can
impediments.
add this.
why are we doing this?
Shall we add it?
So we need to. It's a no-brainer. So after you have done all of this, deliberately
you'll be okay.
suppressing votes, the other issue that arises is that how do you then do the polling stations? This can lead to gerrymandering. On voting day, where do people know where they can find? Because the advantage of the existing system is that we open the voters register, we allow for the continual registration at where you vote, various polling stations.
I remember that people will find out their polling station before they go register. I mean, that has been the norm when we did
Before they go and vote.
Yes.
When
No, before they go and register. I mean, usually, if I live.
No, but this one, you want them to travel cross boats.
No. Before you
to
go and register, you should know where you vote. I mean, that is. And before they put
Somebody who hasn't
why
voted.
do we
Remember,
want
we
to
are talking about first-time voters who haven't voted before.
You know, in your community.
But why do we want to
I mean,
put this
who?
You know that
why do we want to?
Who is cooking this?
On voting day, will we ask them to go and vote at district
No.
stations? Why do we want to put impediments in the way of people?
And you see,
So you are saying
in
that-
Africa,
okay,
you know, in Africa, the leading cause of
We are
conflict,
acting like
of
the-
destabilization,
we are acting like the central bank government.
is electoral, disputes. That's what leads to conflagration. We need to avoid that. So I don't get it.
given
Look,
the 3 million,
this
how many are in the
this is the most useless
That would be
here.
interesting to know.
Okay.
CR 91,
Gentlemen,
CR
we need
126
to
is
take
adequate.
We need to take a
We
break.
don't need a
We need
news
to take a
here.
break.